Hey friends! So today I wanted to do a February wrap-up of all of the stuff that I read in February. So this month I read 5 books. That's totally a lie. I read 4.5 books because the first one I'm going to show you I started in January, but I'm going to count it because I want to, so suck it. So, on to the books. First thing I read was Geek by Catherine Dunn. It's about a circus family, and the mother takes a bunch of drugs when she's pregnant in order to ensure that her kids will have deformities and that she can then use them in the circus. I did a full book review and discussion video on this, so if you're interested in that, you can find it on my channel-y thing somewhere, or I can, well, I'm not even gonna lie and pretend like I can figure out how to make it so you can click somewhere and it'll come up, because I don't know how to do that, and one, I'm too lazy to figure it out, and two, I feel like even if I tried, I wouldn't be able to do it, so I'm just going to save myself the humiliation and just say that I'm not going to do it. So I can link it in the description. That's the best I can do. So I'll do that if you're interested. I adored this book. I gave it 4.5 out of 5 stars. Next thing was Blindness by Jose Saramago. I also really liked this book. I did a book review on this as well, which again I'll put down there. Yeah, so this is essentially about an epidemic of blindness sweeping the world, and it's airborne, contagious? Is that what's the word? It floats into the contagious by airborne, you know what I mean. So people who are blind or have been exposed to someone who is blind are put into quarantine. It's awesome. I gave this 4 out of 5 stars, and you can find that book review too. After that, I read Damned by Chuck Palahniuk. It was okay. This is about a 15-year-old girl who dies and then ends up in hell and is making her way through hell. I really liked the first 50 pages because I thought there were just some interesting things around how we see, as living people, how we see the dead, and some interesting things around the idea of hope and our addiction to hope. Yeah, just some funny sentiments about this particular idea of hell. And then the whole middle part, I didn't really like it. It was just, I don't know, there just wasn't anything to it. All the characters are just typical teenage tropes. There's nothing exciting about them. I didn't care about them. The story wasn't all of that intriguing. It was just, eh. But then it picked up in the last 50 pages, and I really liked the ending. And it was an interesting take on fate, or our idea of God's plan. So yeah, I did like the last 50 pages. And it's the first book in a trilogy. The second one is already out. I don't think the third one is out yet. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to continue because I didn't really like it, but then the end kind of captivated me, so I'm thinking that maybe the next one will be better. But I don't know. I gave this 2.5 out of 5 stars. Actually, maybe 3. I'm too indecisive. 2.5 or 3. Either or. After that, I read David and Goliath by Malcolm Gladwell. The subtitle of this is Underdogs, Misfits, and the Art of Battling Giants. The book was amazing. Sorry, I'm readjusting. It's essentially about a lot of times in society, things that we see as disadvantages are actually advantages and vice versa. So he takes this idea and then in a very Gladwellian way applies it to a bunch of multidisciplinary cases. I'm trying to sound smart, it's not working. He uses a bunch of really interesting examples like family income, class sizes, your choice in university, learning disabilities, civil rights movement. I'm probably missing a bunch of really good ones, but this book was amazing. It's very inspiring in a way, because it kind of makes you feel like you can do anything, and that all of those things that you thought were holding you down in actuality could be just what you need in order to succeed. So yeah, and like all of his books, it's very, very well written. It makes you feel really smart when you read it. It's just really, really engaging. It doesn't even feel like you're reading nonfiction. And it's very informative and helps change the way that you think about the world and to think about it in a more positive way. So I gave this 5 out of 5 stars. This was probably my favorite of the books that I've read by him so far. So, which I think is all of them, I think. Anyways, I gave this 5 out of 5 stars. It was amazing. I highly recommend you read it. Even if you're not someone who normally reads nonfiction, you should check it out because it's great. And then the last thing I read was I'm Not Scared of You or Anything by Jean-Paul Ferrentio. This is a collection of short stories written by a Canadian author. I believe he's from Montreal. I really liked this. The first story, it's the title story. I think that's what it's called. It's called I'm Not Scared of You or Anything, and it's the first story in the book, and the book is called I'm Not Scared of You or Anything. So, the title story? Anyways, I wasn't the hugest fan of that one, so I was kind of a little bit hesitant to continue on after the first one, but the rest of them I absolutely adored. The characters were so amazing. It was so quirky, but yet so human at the same time, and I feel like he does a really good job at doing character development in such a short period of time, especially on such odd but relatable characters. Yeah, it was great. I loved it. My favorite story in here was called The Parable of Brian Dong, and it's about this kid, and he's kind of awkward, and he's lunch buddies with the most popular kid on school, and so he loves doing this because he just feels so cool because he gets to hang out with him. Yeah, I don't know, there's just so much character development, and it was just so cute and relatable, and then the end was really captivating, and it really kind of just floored you. Loved that story. It was fantastic. There was also a couple things which I feel like I just wasn't able to appreciate. Like there's critical theory Archie, and I've never taken a critical theory course, so I feel like I kind of missed the jokes on that one. And then there was also a cartoon of Spock saying things from Girls, which again, I've never watched Star Trek or Girls, so I feel like it would have been funny had I had similar reference, and also some quotes from Teen Wolf in comic form, which again, I've never watched Teen Wolf. So that's not so much a testament to the book as just a testament to my lack of knowledge in pop culture. Apparently, I've never seen anything because I don't get any of these references. It was really great. I loved it. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. I know he has another collection of short stories out. I don't know what it's called, but I know the words are like the logo from Metallica. So I'm interested in that, so I'll definitely pick that up as well. I highly recommend this if you're looking for a good collection of short stories and you're looking for things that are kind of quirky and kind of about just being a human and stuff. Those are all of the books that I read this month. I'm currently in the process of reading Jane Eyre. I'm about 150 pages in or so. So I will continue reading that into March, and then I don't know what I'll read, whatever I feel like. I don't need to tell you. God. I mean, I might do like full reviews on these 3 guys because I haven't done that yet. So I don't know, I'll think about it and see if there's anything that I can say that's somewhat interesting about them that I didn't just say now. Yeah, so that's it. Please let me know if you read any of these things and what you thought about them, or anything that maybe you read this month and you think that I would like, because I always want to add to my to-read list, even though it's getting huge. Still looking for more things to put on it because it's never big enough. Never big enough. I just like to, you know, put a lot of pressure on myself and be sad about all these amazing books that I'm never going to get the opportunity to read because there's too many amazing books to read. So I'll see you later.